Hey everyone, today we're going to be checking out some culverts along this stretch of abandoned highway. I'm pretty sure we got ourselves a culvert right here on this stretch of highway. There's nothing above to show you that there'd be a culvert. There's no dip in the road or anything, but in the woods there's a dip. So chances are there's going to be a culvert here. The way this road is designed, there's not many culverts along it because it's at a pretty good slant. There's a deer over there running away from me. Definitely a culvert. I see water. Oh yeah, we got ourselves a culvert. And it looks like a piece of junk. It was probably installed maybe in the 30s or something. Highway hasn't been used or maintained since the 70s. So, look at that. They have piping going through it. Look at the mosquitoes everywhere. See if I can get in there. Ground is not stable. Now look at this. That is gross. The mosquitoes in that thing. We're gonna go explore this quickly because I don't want to leave my bike up there. Lights on. Let's quickly go through. Really cold in here. Oh, whoa, look at them all. I don't think those are actually mosquitoes. There's some kind of other fly. Oh, they're everywhere. I'm walking through them and I think they're following my light. Yep, they're following my light. Look at this pipe. Look at this one. Is made out of rubber. This one's new. Maybe they just threw a brand new utility line in here. This reminds me of the Lake Drain Culvert. Look at that decay. If this thing was ever to rage with tons and tons of water, yes, it would start eroding underneath this highway. Look at that. Rusted right through. Looks like they repaired it. You see these metal plates? Looks like they welded them in. Oh, whoa. I just inhaled one of those stupid flies. Super, super rusty culvert. I don't think there's a second one. Bunch of busted metal pipes. What do you guys think that is? Fiber optic? Oh, I guess it's nothing. I thought it was protecting something. No, it's not. Look at all these metal plates. This means back when they were using the highway for something, they knew it was failing and they tried to fix it. So this thing is probably really old. I don't know if it's 1930s old when they started building the highway, but they started construction in the 1800s, technically, because they were going to use it for trains, but they never did. And the highway eventually bought it. So the highway bought it in the 30s and they used it until the 70s and they abandoned it. After the 70s, the military used it for a little while for training, but that was a long time ago, obviously, by the condition the road's in. Oh, getting stuck up on a tree. There's at least 2 more culverts we're gonna look at today, but I'm not gonna do it on bike. I marked on Google Maps exactly where they are. I'm gonna drive to them. I'm stuck in this tree. No. Tree tried to steal the machete out of my bag. Now it's getting hot. I'm crawling underneath these bushes and have to check for ticks. The good thing is, so far, I have not had any ticks on me rummaging through the bushes. Also, good news, there's no black flies anywhere to be seen. Not in this area. They're everywhere in Massachusetts and New Hampshire. Here we are, beneath the abandoned highway. We're gonna go check out a culvert pipe underneath it, see how well of condition it's in. But first, because we're here, let's look at this brand new one. By the looks of it, it doesn't get too high in the winter, so this is definitely a way oversized culvert. It's brand new, 2017. They usually don't stamp them anymore, at least where I'm from. They don't stamp these tiny projects with dates. It looks like I'm gonna have to climb around a lot of brush. How am I gonna get in here? Up and out of the riverbed. Oh, that is awesome. That culvert is huge. I thought it was gonna be tiny. Nope. Even the I don't know who installed that. The highway was meant to be a railroad originally, but whoever installed it definitely oversized this one too. Great. Big enough to walk through. Look at this pipe. Where's this coming from? That's all rusted out. That gotta be replaced. Nope, no clogs on the other end. Lights on. Let's go in the tunnel. I don't know if there's a bottom under this. It would be technically a bridge if there is not a bottom. A lot of mosquitoes. Whew! Got a pretty nice echo. See by the debris. It gets high sometimes, but never to capacity. That's like the highest it gets right there. Oh, what was that? Fish or a frog? Something moved real fast. Oh, they're fish. There's fish. Got a nice wall right there, holding back the ground. There's no reason to walk back through that again. There's even a nice trail coming down here. I think people maybe catch those fish. Shut the lights off. Look at that, there's even stairs going up onto the highway. Still got the bridge here. Do we have stairs on this side? Nope. Really steep, you gotta be careful. Looks like coal dust. Yeah, you don't want to slip here right into that metal post. Really slowly, feet sideways. They definitely painted over something bad. Look at all the little stalactites. I'm not showing the other wall, and I cut the video there because somebody's phone number's on the wall. Graffiti is everywhere in this area. Bridges, signs, the tunnel. And they don't want it here. Look at this, they're trying to catch people. Look at this camouflaged camera right there. It's probably wireless, sending a signal, recording somewhere. It's got to be recording off-site. It would be stupid to have it with a card. The abandoned highway's right there. We're gonna go look for a culvert, but first we're gonna look at their new one, which is probably also a 2017 like the last one. I'm surprised. Where I live, there is a lot of mosquitoes, black flies, and ticks, but around here it seems like there's nothing. There's no bugs flying around your head. Now this is the kind of river, when it rages, look at all that junk. That would cause a clog, definitely. But around here they check them so often. If a clog started forming, it would be gone immediately. There's a pile of some stuff, but that's small enough. That would just get blasted through here. Now this is interesting, this culvert. You see how it has these steps? That is to slow the water down. They don't want it speeding through here. They want it going slow. You see that? The water's going back and forth in a zigzag pattern. Now we're gonna go take a look. Oh, got a spider right there. Oh, look at that, there's a nice big culvert under the highway. Oh, wow. Look at the size of that fishing spider. That's like 4 inches. Look at that monster. I blew at it a little just to get it to move. That thing is big. Probably 4 inches spread out. Maybe it just molted. It looks like it maybe just molted. A fishing spider eats small aquatic animals. Another big fishing spider. Out. Now this might technically be a bridge because it doesn't look like it has a bottom, and the definition of a culvert is got to have a bottom. It might not. Look at a fish. There's fish in here. Oh, wow. We hit the jackpot of, what is that? Cave crickets! That's amazing! Look at them all. We don't see those often. Not where I live. Okay, I can stand up in here now. The end there is just filled with rocks and junk. Massive amount of cave crickets in here. You see all those clusters on the walls. And we got about 8-foot ceiling. I guess you could call this a culvert because of its length, but it doesn't appear like it has a bottom. It probably does under all this junk. It's in very good condition, being from the 1930s, maybe even earlier. Kind of hard to pinpoint when these things were built, because construction started in the 1800s for a railroad, which they stopped and it became a highway. Cave crickets. It'd be nice to live in this area. Wouldn't have to go to the pet store. Come in here with a box. Scoop a bunch of them off the wall for my pet frog. Oh, look at all those. Some kind of flies. They're not mosquitoes. And we're out. Ooh. Here we have a clog. I'm gonna come back out here with my gloves. We're gonna remove this. Graffiti is everywhere in this area. Bridges, signs, the tunnel. And they don't want it here. Look at this, they're trying to catch people. Look at this camouflaged camera right there. It's probably wireless, sending a signal, recording somewhere. It's got to be recording off-site. It would be stupid to have it with a card. Here we have a culvert. The end of it here is busted. You can see it broke off the concrete. It's a concrete pipe, but they seal it together with concrete that sometimes breaks under strain. Okay, let's get up here. The other end of this is completely clogged. I'm gonna try to unclog it, or at the least improve it from getting completely jammed, because once it jams, it's never gonna go again, especially not on this road. No one's gonna do the maintenance on this road. Here we are. Abandoned Pennsylvania Turnpike. These 2 lanes of traffic are grown in because the road started crumbling here faster. The other side, in some spots, is really, really bad, but here it's pretty smooth. It's now used as a bike trail. See that cliff up there? There's a mile-long tunnel. You can enter at your own risk with a bike or on foot, but you gotta bring lights. You cannot see in there. Let's try to do a little unclogging right here. This is the other end. You can see we have this nice drainage channel coming down made out of concrete. This would be like a waterfall on a heavy day. It's a lot of junk in there. We're gonna try to, at the very least, to improve it. You can see over the years the ground shifting, freeze and thaw cycles, and it's built on a hill. That also helps disturb things. This slid out. Not a big deal. Not doing any damage. I intentionally brought my gloves on this ride with the intentions of finding a clog, and it looks like this is the only clog I could find. I went exploring some other culverts, but they were all open. Very deteriorated though. Most of them like this. I found others, but they were so buried. There's trees growing out of them. But it appears it doesn't even matter because you don't see mud. You would be able to tell where it floods. It doesn't. I did not know that was metal until I dropped the rock on that. I definitely improved it a bit. Got a bunch of big rocks out. A few sticks. See? There's concrete right beneath that. Can't get that big a rock, that's wedged. But at least I got it open a little bit. Can take this out with me. You can see there's concrete right beneath this. You can't dig any deeper, and that's not gonna move. Well, I improved it a little bit. There was a few cockroaches in here. I didn't realize until I dropped the rock. This is metal, this thing. It's like you can open it up. So you know what I bet? I bet there's a pipe here going to like a drain. I bet there's like an intersection or something there. Why would they put an access right here when everything jams there? Makes no sense. Why would it clog right here? If anything, I would think that's more of a clogging hazard because it goes in, you have a big opening, and then you have another pipe that junk can jam against inside there. So it's got to be branching off. Possibly. You see, this used to be a drainage ditch, but now it's flat. That's what happens after 40 years of no use. Exactly what I was mentioning. A lot of the culverts look like this. Protruding really high up. That's quite the impact. I hit one of these with my bike and it caused my stupid cheap headlight to fall off. But you see on this end of the pipe, It's nowhere to be seen. The entire drainage ditch is full. Once one of those fills in, you'll never get it back. But by the looks of this, some parts are up, some parts aren't. It's probably collapsed. It's probably a metal one. Too far gone for this. This area of the highway right next to where the toll plaza used to be. You see both of the lanes of traffic dip into the middle of the road where there's this grown-in drainage ditch. In some places, I even thought it was an island or a median. Because you see, as you go on, you cannot even notice it's a ditch anymore, but occasionally there would be a drain. Just look at that. That used to be 2 lanes of traffic right there. Now it looks like absolutely nothing. There's my bike down there in the street. And I wanted to see what was on top of this. There's a drainage ditch. And there's a drain on each end. Just wanted to see if there was a vent or anything up here. There's not. Just pretty grown in. Drain's not even clogged up. Check this out. Look at that storm drain. You don't see ones like that anymore. Makes sense, right? The sides get clogged up, the top still works. Takes longer to clog. Also, the top works like a snorkel and gets rid of the vacuum. There's something walking around out here, probably a deer. I saw a whole bunch of deer. They're absolutely everywhere. Let's see if we can get up and around here. Here we got another drain. The drainage ditch is all completely clogged up, but it looks like maybe it's still working. It's filled with spray paint cans. If it wasn't for all the trash, I bet I'd be able to walk in it. Can't get down here, so I'm gonna follow the trail. Now this is what I call compact traveling. I got my rake down there, the tall boots squeezed in there, toolbox. This bike, the only way I could fit it in the car, because the car isn't that tall inside, I had to take the handlebars off. I had to take the seat off and the front wheel to get it to fit in here. Really compact. I get everything to squeeze in here. Not a big deal. The bike, I can assemble that in under 5 minutes. Got a bunch of drinks in here. When I'm traveling, I survive on mostly trail mix, jerky, MREs, stuff like that. I also have a bunch of cereal in here. Now this is where I sleep. When I sleep here, this tire goes in the driver's seat. Very compact, but it's all you need. In the summer, when it's humid, it's horrible. So I try to only travel long distances when we have a cool stretch of weather. I am going to put an end to being this compact. I bought a roof rack so I can put the bike up there. I also bought a spare tire mount for the roof. So the spare tire, you just use a few lug nuts and you just crank it onto the roof.